Hey YouTube, I entered a regional this past Saturday in California. There were like 450 people. I went X2, so I got 19th. I lost round 8 and round 6 of 9 rounds. And honestly, my losses were kind of like out of the blue. I couldn't have really done too much. My opponent had good outs. So, yeah. Um, Here's my deck list. 3 tour guides. Oh, I ran Chaos Dragons, by the way. 3 Lila, 3 Light Pulsar, 2 Chaos Sorcerer, 2 Eclipse Wyvern, 2 Darkness Metal, 2 Effect Veiler, 2 Raikou, 2 Card Trooper, 1 Dark Flare Dragon, 1 Honest, 1 Tragodia, 1 Darkrai, 1 Gores, 1 BLS. This was a Plague Spreader, I was borrowing it for the event, and 1 Sangan. Spells are 2 Recharge, 1 Future Fusion, 1 Charge of the Light Brigade, 1 Reborn, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Space Typhoon, 1 Heavy Storm, 1 Allure, and I opted to play 3 Calls. The extra deck is 5-headed, Exobeetle, Utopia, Levair, Acid Golem, Leviathan, Zenmaines, Giga Brilliant, Armor, Cataster, Iron Chain, Brionnic, Black Rose Dragon, Void Ogre Dragon, and I also borrowed a Scrap Dragon for the event. The side deck involved 3 DD Crows, the third Effect Veiler, the 2 other MSTs, 1 Smashing, 3 Decrees, 3 Electric Fires. Oh, and 2 Maxis for windups, but I didn't play any. Some things that may have been different from my deck from like the YCS decks were I only played 2 Raikos compared to the first place guy from Toulouse. But with that, I also cut a recharge because I felt I didn't have enough Lightsworn, and recharge was dead enough as it is, even at 2. The 2 Effect Veilers, I wish I played 3 because really the only matchup I'm afraid of is Inzectors, which brings me up to another point of I'm not gonna end up playing Tragodia and Honest anymore because they're really just like decent cards. Like a smart Rabbit player will make Dolka sometimes, like most of the time. I mean, if they protect it with like a lance, like Tragodia just doesn't do anything, and neither does Honest in those cases. And I mean, yeah, they're kind of good situationally, but like they're pretty inconsistent cards. Um, I don't think I would play 3 Eclipse Wyvern. I'm glad I only played 2. I had it enough if I wanted it, and like it was milled like decently. You don't need to mill it though. You can just send it with Dark Flare or something like that. Speaking of Dark Flare, I wish I played 2. He's very good against Inzectors, and the way they were ruling it at the regional was like you could go Dark Flare, and then let's say you have like an Eclipse Wyvern in your hand, you could discard it. You can then send a Light Pulsar Dragon or something, and resolve Dark Flare, remove Eclipse, then both of Eclipse's effect activates, and you like remove the Darkness Metal, and it comes to your hand. So then you just remove the Dark Flare and bring back the Pulsar you pitched. You could do the same if you have either Eclipse or Pulsar in your hand. And you have to play 3 Pulsar because he's the best one to draw. Because of like if you mill the Dark Flare or the Darkness Metal, like the Pulsar is a big threat to most decks. 3 Lilo is good. You break like the backfield, it's obvious. And Torgad was also good. Things I was thinking about playing was Night Assailant, but I don't think in the end it would have been worth it because like I was only gonna do that if I played 3 Raikou, and I just didn't like Raikou in a lot of matchups. Another questionable thing was the 3 calls. I know, I mean, well, I first of all I don't understand why one of them played Treacherous, and cause like that card just immediately makes their MSTs live, But the thing is with Call, like, yeah, their MSTs are live, but as long as they're not doing it end phase, you have a lot of things to get back. Like, if you have Pulsar and Darkness Metal and you get back Pulsar, the Darkness Metal comes out. Or you could just chain it on any of these three guys and get the search or the draw, which makes it still a -1 for them. So it's like their MST was basically never there, and like it actually helps you because like a lot of the times you're gonna need a recharge target, so you get Raikou, or you just want to get extra draws. I mean, it's worth it, and like it makes it even more easy because if you just open with Torghast, you could just go Torghast Leviathan set call, and then for sure like they can't even end phase it because you went first or anything. And I mean, if they don't have MST, like sometimes it's really really good because like you can bring back a sorcerer that like wasn't properly summoned, or a darkness metal, or a pulsar, or a dark flare, or even a Lila to break and start getting your combos. And one time yesterday I went like I summoned a card trooper, I called a Veiler, made an armory arm, and then summoned a BLS and killed him. And yeah, that's basically that for the monsters. And you probably noticed that I only played 2 recharge. Um, I was playing 3. Played the deck since like Tuesday, obviously, net decked it, whatever. And I mean, I don't know how either of those guys played 3. Maybe the guy with 8 lights won, but when I tried his build, it was still dead pretty much. And like the guy with the 6 lights sworn to play 3 recharge, that just sounds crazy to me. And I don't know why he didn't play Future Fusion either, but whatever. I also played 1 main decked MST. I didn't really want to play 40 in this deck, so I decided to play a random MST. And I'm honestly not too sure how it worked out because I ended up just siding into MSTs all the time, taking out things like Tragodian Honest. And that, yeah, so like in the end, I think I would take out Tragodian Honest and put in the third Veiler and the second Dark Flare. And those are the main changes I would make to the main deck. Um, so that's that. And for the extra deck, the only thing I didn't like was Iron Chain. I never summoned him, I never needed him. I think I might play the Tempo Djinn guy instead. Void Ogre Dragon was very important. You could summon him very often. Oh, speaking of the monsters, I thought Plague was really good, although I didn't think it would be good going into the event. But there were so many good combos that it led up to, and Void Ogre Dragon was very important. That's basically it. This side speaks for itself. I sided one smashing for Dolka because it's a problem causer, and that's about it. So, yeah.